Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am now going to start doing some line work. I just want to forewarn you, if you hear me wince at all, it's because, as some of you know, I have rheumatoid arthritis and most times it's managed by my medications, but I have a severe flare-up going on in my hip, and every time I try to move, it's like severely painful. So I just want to let you know, if you hear me, oh, that's me moving. Anyway, so what I've done, not on film, is I've just placed these little crystals around the areas that I want them to be before I pour the resin. That's all I've done. Also, last video, for some reason my camera shut off and you didn't see me doing these areas. I don't know what happened. Probably was full. But anyway, I did a little side video that you probably saw already. I'm going to try to edit it in, but in case I didn't edit it in, I want to apologize for that. So I have my white PBO paint marker, and I'm just going to start drawing my lines. As simple as that. Now the center area here, I probably will not put any lines there, just because it's so extraordinary looking. I don't want to take away from it. So I'm going to work on the outer edges here. This is definitely a different type of geode. I truly do have to say, though, that I love making these things. This here, I'm going to have to come up across this and somehow fix that. They blended together, and I did not want that to happen, but it did, and there's nothing I could do about that. I'm kind of just letting the marker glide along on its own, let it go where it wants to. Over here also, I'll have to fix this little area. Okay. Now I'm going to get a thinner marker and retrace those lines around the area. These paint pens, I notice, they can give you a hard time. I mean, sometimes they want to just glide so nicely and then they just stop working for no reason. I don't know if it's because it's a slippery surface or what, but extremely annoying. So these smaller lines, I have to be very careful and take it slow, because I want them to be up close to the first line, but I don't want to, you know, go fast and run over the first line. So And it's very hard to sometimes get the pen to glide because you have to put your hand down, and it's not easy to slide on the resin. While I'm doing stuff like this, I'm thinking of what else I should be doing to help this be the best geode it can be. One thing I know that I will have to do are these little circles I made. I'm going to have to do some kind of line work around them probably. Almost done with this. I should probably be not going over them, but just stopping and then starting on the other side because that looks a little stupid. See, and now the paint pen has stopped again. Do not know why it does that. Must be the surface. A couple of people have asked me to do a freeform geode. Usually I don't do them because I find it kind of hard to display them unless you really have the room for something big like that to display it on a plate stand, or I don't know, maybe there's a way to attach something in the back of them. I personally don't have like a fireplace mantle or anything like that to display them, so I don't like to usually make them that way, but I'm going to try when I have the silicone all set up, ready to be poured in. So that will probably be my next one. In this area here, I'm just pretty much outlining because this is raised higher, so it's easier to just let the pen go right along it. And then I'm probably going to do one more here. I personally like lines. I think it just helps a lot. Okay, and then here I'm going to attempt to do one. And then down here also. And then I'll come in here also. And then this one. Right there I squiggled the pen, so I just made it a little whiter, that's all. Alright, so as for the center here, I don't think I'm going to do anything. It's just so unique looking. I could, I suppose, outline the gold a little bit. I'm just tracing with my finger to make sure that I would be able to go around the whole gold area, which I believe I can. But, oh, there it goes. I was going to say I used Resi Blast in this area. I don't know if it's a smart idea to be going over it with the pen. But who said I was smart? Okay. So, I mean, besides putting the clear coat down, I think I'm almost done with this thing, but I'm going to stop right here and pick the video up in a few minutes once I figure out my next step. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so you'll notice my geode has changed quite a bit. What I did off camera, which I figured I didn't really have to show because it's pretty easy to do. All I did was I took some white paint, Artist Left Flow Acrylic White, and I whited out the areas that I want to pour a solid color on. And the reason why I did that is because I'm going to use this Martha Stewart. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Martha Stewart, it is a gold mother of pearl color. And I was worried that you would be able to see some of the darker colors underneath it. So I just brushed some acrylic paint on the areas that I'm going to be using this color. It's very streaky. It looks like crap, but you're not going to see it in the end, so it doesn't matter. So I'm mixing up my resin, and I also thought that it would be good to bring this up. When I mix my resin, and I think it's good and mixed, and I've scraped my stick and blah, 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 I will take my stick and slide down the sides of the cup like this, all the way around. And trust me, I will find hardener that's not mixed in. So that may be just something you want to do just to ensure that you've got everything mixed in. Also, I like to suggest if you're doing a batch of resin that's more than 10 ounces, you may want to mix it in one container and then dump it into another one and give it another, 30 to 60 second mix, just to make sure that you've gotten all that resin mixed up good, because you don't want to pour this on, especially a large amount, and find out that you didn't mix it good, and you waste a lot of money that way. And it's just better to be safe than sorry, It's just a little extra precaution. So my plan is to pour that mother of pearl, gold mother of pearl, around where you see the white. And then in the little circles here, 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 and here, I've just placed some stones, and I'm going to do a ring of glitter around those. Also, after I have the gold mother of pearl down, I may sprinkle glitter on top of it, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm just going to pour a nice sized cup of resin. So I'm sure I'll need at least half of this. I mixed up 7 ounces, I believe. 7 to 8 ounces. I don't know. I don't measure. I used these lines on the cup. I filled it up to the second line. And then in the other cup, I did the same thing because it's a 2-part resin. And then blended them together. I do know to make 6 ounces of resin in one of these cups, you fill to the first line hardener, and then you go all the way up second to the last line with resin, and that's an equal amount, and it is 6 ounces because I did the test. I did the pre-measuring with the water. And if you don't know about that, you can find like a little tiny measuring cup that does ounces, and say you want 6 ounces. You're going to fill it up to 3 ounces, the measuring cup, pour it in here, mark a line where it goes up to, then leave the water in the cup, take the other measuring cup that I said, put another 3 ounces in, pour it in, and then mark the second line. That's how you get those measurements. All right, so I'm going to start with the mother of pearl. And while that is being done, I'm just going to get my glitter ready also. You don't want to leave a lot of resin in the cup. Large amounts of resin sitting in a cup tend to go bad quicker. They tend to heat up quicker for some reason. I don't know why, but they do. Also, when I scrape the cup out and I put it into the little cup like this, I always mix it again to make sure that I didn't get any hardener off of the side. And it looks good, so we're good to go. So, mother of pearl, gold mother of pearl is up first. My cat's over here snoring. I'm going to use quite a bit because there's quite a bit of resin in here. And I do want it to thicken up pretty fast. So I've used probably about 20% in here. I'm just mixing it very slowly off to the side here. I don't know if you can see me or not. If I'm in your view, I'm sorry. I was going to do a white background, but I figured a little off-white would be better. I'm hoping once I do this and it cures that I'll be able to do the final lines in flood coat. Because I am sick of this geode. I want to move on to the next, which will be a free form. I was asked to try it, so I'm going to try it. I had mentioned earlier that I'm not really fond of them, but I'll try it. And this needs a little more paint, believe it or not. It's still a little transparent. I'm also going to be doing a video soon on some new paints that I'm really excited about. I'm not going to say anything right now, but I got them in the mail today to try out, and I cannot wait. They're absolutely gorgeous. All right, I think we're getting better here. I think if I add any more, it'll just start getting very marshmallowy on me. Okay, so here we go. The Mother of Gold, which basically just looks like a little bit of creamy color. And to not make any mistakes, I'm going to pour some of this into a smaller cup. This cup is kind of hard to hold with all of that in there. Yeah, I'll start over here. If I cover one of these little circles that I made, then I will just go back and wipe it down. I'm hoping I don't. And I had decided to paint the back white because I felt like if I didn't, I would definitely have to do 2 coats of this color. And it's just a way to save a little bit of money to not have to do that. As you can see, it's covering it nicely. If that was pink in the background, it would have been at least 2 coats of resin I would have had to done to cover. Excuse my arm. I have you guys set up the other way again to avoid that glare from the light. Being very careful in this area. It's pretty tight. Okay, I'm going to need a refill. The sides I'll take care of after, figure out what to do with them, whether I'm going to sand them or what I'm going to do. I always worry about that last. My main focus is on the main piece, where it needs to be. It looks like I've made just enough of this white, hopefully. Another thing that's helping me is that these areas that I'm working around are raised. So far it's pretty simple to just lay this down in the valley, we'll say. Now I'm going to get a popsicle stick and get in like these little tiny areas, and the stick will help me control where it goes more so that I don't make a huge mess. getting there, guys, I promise. I don't know, this doesn't really look too gold to me, but who am I? Martha Stewart says it's gold, it's gold. Maybe when the light hits it, you'll see a little hint of gold in the color. Just touching up the edges here where I missed. I was thinking about doing it black, but I don't know. This geode did not turn out anything like I thought it wanted, or like I thought that no. Jeez, I can't talk. This geode didn't turn out any way that I had it planned in my head. Still didn't come out right, but I think you know what I'm saying. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I better shut up. All right. I'm done. That's good. Now I'm going to do, you see these circles? In there I'm going to pour a little bit of clear just so it can spread out and hold those stones down. So right in the center I'm just going to pour, pour, pour. Just like that. And let it spread out underneath those stones. It should go right under there. Same thing here. That's going to go right under them and hold them down for me. And because they're raised above the white, I shouldn't have any problem with the clear seeping in to the white. Okay. A little bit more. I'm going to put some more diamond dust in the center. some diamond dust and some trying to think of the name of it, that snowflake glitter. There's the beautiful diamond dust. I'm just gonna sprinkle it in. I've been using this stuff forever, this diamond dust. I know a lot of people don't know about it. But it really does help a lot with the geode, with the sparkle. And it's little pieces of glass, I think. It has stabbed me in the past. I'll just put that out there. Then I have this little bowl that I pre-mixed. It's got all kinds of goodies in there. It's got glitter and a little crushed glass and diamond dust and that tinsel kind of glitter I was just trying to tell you about. So I'm going to take some of that and put it right in the center also. It can't hurt, you know. And then I'm just going to drizzle some clear over that also. Coming out or what? Starting to get thick, the resin, so I gotta move it. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, that's crazy. I just mixed this crap. Look at this. Already. Let's see how long I've been filming. Oh, it's 25 minutes. Boy, Envirotex, I'll tell you, doesn't play around. Well, I guess I'm not doing my glitter rings that I wanted to do. This is like really thick. Okay, well, that's all I could do with that. What's funny though is the one that I put the craft paint in, look at this. I put so much craft paint in there and look at it's still fine. Still fine. So What does that tell you? The rules don't matter. It does what it wants to do. You know something? It's fine. Maybe that just happened for a reason. Maybe this is just enough for now. You know, maybe I'll change my mind on the glitter once I do the line work tomorrow. Alright guys, well, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm just going to torch it, but you guys know how to do that. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank you guys for being so freaking awesome. The comments, the compliments, just all of it. I just cannot express how much I love you guys. I really do. I have never talked to nicer people in my whole life. And I just want to let you know that it means the world to me. So, with that being said, I will see you in the next video. And happy pouring.